On this day in history, August 2nd, 338 BC, a Macedonian army led by Philip II defeated the combined forces of Athens and Thebes in the Battle of Chaeronea, securing Macedonian hegemony in Greece and the Aegean. Included in the following is an excerpt from the 1944 edition of the Encyclopedia Britannica going over the history of the battle. The Battle of Chaeronea, 338 BC. This is of great historical importance as the victory by which Philip definitively established the Macedonian supremacy in Greece. In military history, however, too little is known of its details to give it marked significance. Philip's path into Boeotia was barred by the allied Athenians and Thebans both at the western route from Cytinium to Amphissa, and the eastern pass of Parapotami from Elatia to Chaeronea. Philip first placed himself at Elatia, then, by a ruse of withdrawal, put the defenders of the western route still more off their guard, and, moving from Cytinium by night, debouched into western Boeotia and Amphissa. He was thus on the rear of, but at a distance from the defenders of the eastern pass, who thereupon fell back from Parapotami. But instead of passing eastwards through hilly country, which would have aided the resistance, he switched his army back to Elatia, moved unopposed through the pass of Parapotami, and descended upon the enemy's main army at Chaeronea. Philip placed his 18-year-old son, Alexander, in charge of the left wing, where his best troops faced the redoubtable Thebans, and, after a bitter struggle, gained the upper hand. Meanwhile, he had retired his right wing elastically before the onset of the Athenians, until he had drawn them onto low ground, while he had retired onto a rising slope. Then, suddenly, he had launched a counterstroke and disputed the Athenians. Both the victorious Macedonian wings now converged inwards upon the allied center and crushed it between them. With the overthrow of the Theban army and the annihilation of the famous Sacred Band, the scepter of military as well as the political supremacy passed to the new model army of Macedonia that Philip had created.